Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. 3 things that we're going to be doing today. The first one is we're going to be, well, really it's the third thing we're going to be doing, but the main focus of the video today is going to be canning up our caramelized onions that we chopped up and put in our crock pot to simmer overnight. Another thing that we're planning on doing today is starting our sourdough starter. If you guys remember, I was talking about wanting to do a sourdough September and kind of starting things off on the 1st. I figured that what I could do is to go ahead and start the starter now, and you guys can follow along with me, and we can get everything ready so that we can start and do a whole month of sourdough recipes and discard recipes and just all the fun stuff and just kind of learning how to incorporate it into our everyday lives. So I figured we could start on the 1st with an active starter, and that kind of might help it be a little bit more fun to follow along. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start that here in just a second, but one thing that I've had, you guys might notice that I wear a lot of these shirts in my videos, Fermented Homestead shirts. And the reason that I've been wearing them for so long is that I want to make sure that they're good, high quality before I actually was like, hey, if you guys wanna order these and support the channel, you totally can. So the day is finally here. I'm gonna be linking my shop down below. If you guys are interested and if you guys want to support the channel and get something in return, you guys can totally go check out the merch shop over there. For now, the only thing that's on there are all different types of merchandise, but it's only the Fermented Homestead logo in 3 different ways. So you have the white one. It's all white, and it's based on what kind of color shirts it works best with, in my opinion. So I kind of went through and like which one has, like, the darker shirts have the white logo, the lighter colored shirts have the darker logo, and then some of them have the full color logo. So you guys can kind of go and check those out. There's all different kinds of colors, tons of colors actually, and there's male shirts, female shirts, there's even an organic cotton one. I think I have it set up there where you can get like an apron. I haven't gotten the apron yet, so I can't vouch for the quality of the apron, but I'm going to. But you know, there's female colors and or female cuts, and as well as male cut. So if you guys want to be able to kind of show some support for the channel, and if you guys want to represent and get some merchandise there, you can head over to the link will be down below as well as in the first pinned comment. So you guys are awesome, thank you. Just figured it was time to finally just jump in and open up the shop if you guys are interested in purchasing. If you're not, totally cool, don't even stress it. I just wanted to make sure that anybody who wanted to had the option of ordering it. So there you go. It'll be in all future videos, and I'll probably pin it even in some older videos. I think I might have the option to just add it to older videos. If I do, I will. If I don't, I won't. So anyways, let's get to starting sourdough. All we need for this, we need a vessel. This is clean, I just washed it. Make sure you're using non-antibacterial soaps because we're trying to culture yeast and bacteria. So I just washed this. This is one of those little, you know, just a container like this, and I just took the lid off. You can use, I do have a larger size one of these, and I'll probably end up switching over to it because I do plan on using this a lot. Granted, it's just the 3 of us, and really just the 2 of us, because Malachi doesn't really eat anything that I make. If it doesn't come in a box and have red dye number 4, he won't eat it. So most likely, it'll just be the 2 of us. But I plan on using the discard for a lot of different things. If done properly, long fermented sourdough is a great way to get some really good healthy food in your body at a low cost. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for at the moment. So we're gonna be doing a lot of sourdough. Okay, so you need a kitchen scale. All you're gonna do is you're gonna hit the tare button, right? So it gives you a 0. We're gonna start out with 50 grams of flour, 50 grams of water. We're just gonna use our well water. If you have city water, you're gonna wanna filter it. If you have anything funky in your well, you're gonna wanna filter it. We had ours tested. I'm not concerned. So that's what we're gonna start with. And we're gonna be starting with, when you're starting a sourdough starter, you will have much better luck if you use rye. So use rye, if you can. If you can't, it'll probably just take you a little bit longer. Come on. 51 will have to do. Okay, 50 grams of water. Hit the tare button again. Ah, 54, dang it, oh well. So then we're gonna stir this bad boy up here with a nice clean spoon or a nice clean fork. Just gonna get it all incorporated. This is really thick. I feel like this is not. Just add a teeny bit more water. Because it does depend on your atmosphere as well. Like if it's super humid, you know, all that stuff. Okay, I think that's probably about the consistency, maybe. We're gonna put it in a corner. This vessel's really big for this. Okay, I'm gonna transfer it. I'm gonna transfer it to a clean canning jar. Just the vessel is so large, I don't know if it'll ferment very well. So start it out in a mason jar or something smaller if you intend to have a very large starter jar. Okay, so this does needs just a hair more water. You're looking for a certain consistency. Like that was literally, I don't even think that was a teaspoon. And I might just leave it alone to let it rehydrate. Yeah, I think I will. I think this is, honestly, this is probably a pretty good consistency. It's not super duper thick, but it's thick enough that the bubbles will stick around. This is so messy. Okay. So then you want to cover it with a cloth of some sort. This is not the most ideal cloth. I need to raid my fabric bin and make something a little better. But this will work just fine for today. So we're gonna set this in a warm place, not hot, but warm. You know, you don't want to put it right next to an air conditioner vent, but somewhere kind of warm, maybe next to your stove or on top of your fridge, something like that. And then see you back here tomorrow. The reason that I'm doing this in this way is that I want to make sure that anybody who wants to follow along can follow along, like I said earlier. But I want to make sure that you guys know that I'm going to actually compile all of these into one video that I'm probably going to put out on like the 1st, and it's going to be like a start to finish how I started the starter. So all of these little clips are going to be condensed into one video. I hope that doesn't bother you having the kind of repetition, but I figure it's a little bit more searchable for you guys that way. And just to kind of have it all in one video is helpful, but also for a lot of people it's helpful to have kind of the daily thing. So there'll be a little repetition. But anyways, so I'm gonna go pick up the feed, we're gonna go to town, and then we'll come back and we'll can up the onions. We got all the jars into the canner. We have it cranked up, turned on, all the things. So we got 13 jars, and I think I had started with 14 onions. So it's roughly 1 onion per half pint jar. So we're just gonna wait for this thing to warm up, get it going, and then by the time my husband comes in, he can watch this and we'll go outside and take care of the feed. So Robert is inside, he's babysitting the canner, and we're gonna go ahead and unload all of this feed. I asked Robert to leave the feed in the truck because I just want to get a little bit of exercise, lift some weights, all the fun stuff. So we're going to take the feed bags and unload them into barrels in the appropriate locations. So first let's go and I'll show you what we got. Our truck is a little bit full. There's 1,000 pounds of feed in here. I had to get, there's a 500 pound minimum, and so there's a 500 pound minimum for bulk orders. And I just found out today, like if you order a little bit more, you can get a discount and all that stuff. So anyways, all I ordered was 500 pounds. So it was the same price to get it bagged up as opposed to last time they did the bulk order. Last time they unloaded it into the barrels and I had to deal with the barrels. So this time I just opted for the feed bags. We can also use the feed bags for future gardens. So we're gonna go ahead and unload all of this and carry it over to where the feed barrels are. You can't see me at all. So we got all 1,000 pounds of feed moved. There were 50-pound bags, and there was 20 50-pound bags. So that was definitely, we got our farm fit movement going on, you know, and that's kind of what I was going for. I was hoping for a bit of some increase in the muscles, if you know what I'm saying. So that was definitely, it worked out muscles that I didn't expect it to. It was really like, oh, hardcore in like the abs and the obliques, so that was awesome. And then the back as well. Let me see. We got it all unloaded into all the barrels. Everything's good to go. Got everybody fed, watered. Malachi was in there, and he changed out the bedding, so they're happy fowl, happy birds. So and I am in need of some dinner. All I've had today was carrots and some coffee, so it's time to have some food. So if you guys are new around here, we just moved to our 30-acre homestead in southern Missouri, and I'm bringing you along, sharing with you all the things that we're doing to turn our home into a homestead. I mostly focus on videos in the kitchen with food preservation, canning, freezing, dehydrating, and fermenting, as well as sharing with you guys how you can actually use those preserved foods in your everyday cooking and how you can incorporate the preservation in your everyday life. If that sounds awesome to you, click this button right here. This is the subscribe button. This is what tells YouTube that you want to come back here. Up here is a video that Mr. Google Pants thinks that you're going to enjoy. If you got FOMO and you want to know what we did yesterday, click this right here. And then up here is the Every Bit Counts Challenge playlist. Make sure you check that one out for all the awesomeness since the beginning of April or August. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.